The brothers also find a receptive audience at a local leper colony.
Here in the Amazon, sometimes you meet natives who have not heard about God. To reach them with the truth is a beautiful experience.
The pioneers readily admit that this territory has its hardships.
When we go preaching into the forest, maybe the snakes.
The heat that sometimes lasts into the night. No electric light, no water.
Well, it would be loneliness, to fight against the loneliness, since I am far from my family.
But where others might see only problems, these pioneers see solutions.
Conduct Bible studies with the people. I try to make them my family and see them as my future brothers. I always stay very close to them so that the loneliness that I feel is not so bad.
The ladies become my friends. They can tell me their problems, and I try to help them.
When you see the people coming to the Kingdom Hall, you forget the heat and the difficulties. Obviously, Jehovah blesses the work that we are doing.
Thanks to Jehovah, at least for now, I'm conducting 20 Bible studies. And I would say that 50% come to the Kingdom Hall.
There are only 3 of Jehovah's Witnesses in the region and us, the 2 special pioneers. But 89 people attended the memorial.
It really is a great privilege for me to be working for the kingdom here in this part of Peru. To know that many more brothers are also doing it in different parts of the earth, that really encourages us. We are not alone.
They are far from alone. All over the world, the Brotherhood is busy in this same work. Witnesses who live in the cities and larger villages of Mozambique regularly travel to remote rural areas. They carefully plan their visits according to the seasons. This enables them to reach hardworking farmers and their families. Worldwide, our Brotherhood is working shoulder to shoulder, preaching to people wherever they may be found. Are you taking part in the preaching work where you live? You may feel that what you do is rather ordinary. But when you preach, however and wherever you do it, you are taking part in the same wonderful work. You're doing a work that draws you closer to your brothers and sisters. A work that reaches people and saves lives. A work that pleases Jehovah God. Passers-by barely notice this spot. Just an empty lot in a bustling Japanese city. To one of our brothers, though, this place is full of meaning.
I lived here for 27 years. My wife and 2 daughters and I had a happy life here.
On January 17th, 1995, Takao Jinguji, like so many others in Kobe, Japan, saw his whole world turned upside down.
When the earthquake hit, there was a tremor, a big tremor, but I had no idea what was happening. In the next moment, I turned over and reached for my wife's hand, and she reached for mine, and we touched. But then, after the next quake, our hands were separated.
Of the 5,500 killed in the quake, 13 were Jehovah's Witnesses and 2 were unbaptized associates. The quake left over 300,000 homeless. 350 homes of Jehovah's Witnesses were destroyed or severely damaged. Kotoyo, the oldest of 3 children, waited in mounting fear as the rubble of her home was cleared away. Her parents were missing.
Then we saw a man's hand, and the 2 of them were under there.
Kunio Tsunasawa, an elder, was at the children's side when the parents were found.
The doctor tried mouth-to-mouth resuscitation to get them breathing, but he couldn't. Both the mother and father had died.
Takao Jinguji crawled from this rubble, battered and bruised, desperate to find his wife and daughter.
The place where my wife and daughter were trapped just became a sea of fire. They tried putting out the fire, but there was no water, not even a fire extinguisher. There was nothing we could do but stand and watch. Honestly speaking, knowing that they did die instantly helps me to cope. I was able to remain very calm. At that time, I really felt Jehovah's help.
Even in the worst of moments, the brothers and sisters were there to support one another.
From the time they dug my father and mother out, brother and sister Tsunasawa were right there by my side. The 2 of them stayed with us and went to the morgue with us. She held my hand. She didn't say a word, but her feelings got through to me.
In the face of all this devastation, the Brotherhood launched the relief work immediately.
The Circus Giving Aid selected a few kingdom halls and gave instructions to gather relief supplies, water, and basic foodstuffs to these locations immediately.
Takao Jinguji had just lost his wife and daughter. Still, he joined the relief work.
I was able to take part fully in that activity, and I surely felt Jehovah's strength.
Within days, brothers from the branch near Tokyo were at the disaster site. Quake victims were deeply moved. The relief work soon progressed from providing food and water to protecting damaged homes from the elements.
The neighbors watched all the brothers working and said things like, "Where did they come from? Is it your religion?"
Spiritual needs were among the first addressed. Shepherding calls, Christian meetings, and the preaching work continued uninterrupted.
Because we know there is a resurrection, declaring that hope to others can heal the hearts of those who lost loved ones.
In one relief program, quake victims were taken by bus to an assembly hall facility where they were given a clean room to spend the night, a hot bath, and all the supplies they needed. They also attended a meeting and went in field service in an undamaged territory.
Then they would take us back home right to our house. I thought it was a very kind arrangement.
The Nagais, a disabled pioneer couple in Kobe, opened their tiny apartment for use as a kingdom hall.
They had a peak of 72 people at the meeting here.